Well, they might have to learn from that for the next few races because you don't want to let that win go anymore, especially for Firefox. Third in stand points, but very far behind. And it looks like Fur might be in the lead considering his first place wins right now.
Yeah, and I believe that might have just eliminated Firefox from championship contention, which is a really huge thing if you really think about it. We're going to get a new D1 champion since Season 2. I think that's just quite insane as the 42 and 4 are on the front row here as we get ready to go.
I do also want to mention that Josh originally had quite the hopes potentially sweep this week, but it looks like that is not going to happen. The green flag's going to wave. Kevin down to the inside immediately, cutting that dog leg. Trying to just get up to the front, block Firefox and Fur, which are right behind them. Fur potentially trying to use that outside high lane a little bit. So is Kevin, potentially to get a run up on Firefox, prevent them from getting the lead, but they're going to have that inside on the backstretch.
Now, I should have said this at Miami, but that drafting rule will most likely not take effect here as we see the 29 go to the lead. There are two lanes probably that we're going to see drivers choosing a lot. We're going to see him at the very bottom of the dogleg or at the very top of the dogleg. You see the 29 actually hitting the brakes there a significant amount. That's going to at least let him keep the lead for now. But that 16 is real hungry right behind him. You see one car at the top right there. Heading into 3 and 4, that's Yuiko. Had a strong car at Miami. Currently, they're just trying to find a line that could work for them. But it's going to be the two Chevys of Alex and Josh leading the way right now.
Looks like Firefox is going to take a little initiative to turn Josh a little bit, get on that quarter panel, just try to get him out of the race as well. Josh going to cut down below as well to make an inside move, but he makes contact with Fur. Going to collect several other cars like Kevin, Darth, Chums, all involved.
Looks like there's just a misjudgment there on the 40, because the 40 just put the 16 into the pit lane. Now he is about 14 studs behind. I believe he will be able to catch up, especially with the big amount of laps we have here today. I think that the 16 will be able to catch up just fine, but they're still 2x2 at the front. Each pushing car is a Chevy. Never mind that, they're going to let the 40 out to dry, as the 29 will once again take back the lead here at Phoenix.
It's a Chevy in the lead. Looks like two Fords right behind them. Never mind Ford and Dodge. Both trying to get right around Firefox. That's going to be one car in the dog, but that's going to be Darth. Trying to get right on by these cars through the inside. Potentially clear, but he does not have that speed. Coming up in turns 1 and 2. Going to get the support from Kevin. Potentially trying to look on the inside or outside of Chumps. With a little bit of a 3-car tandem now. Chumps looking to make it forward. They back out the very last moment. Firefox still in the lead. Trying to hold off all these cars at once.
Here comes the 98. We haven't really seen him a whole lot today. He's going to try the outside of the 29 heading into turns 1 and 2. How will this work? Looks like the 29 is going to get the entrance in, but the exit out looks like it will be the 4 actually. Is they going to get underneath the 29? Big moment in the back for the 42, nearly put into the pit wall. As they're going to be 4 wide entering turns 3 and 4. The 29 will still continue with the lead. Now, it's now about a 5-car pack as the 42 is having big lag issues in the back. Everyone is mainly caught up right now. If another car were to go around, we wouldn't tow a caution. That would still be a 1-car incident. But the 29, though, is just trying to hold the bottom the best he can. The 4 is going to nearly put the 98 into the wall. Kind of slid up the track a bit, and the 98 went into the wall from that. But here comes the 6. But the 29 will still be leading, coming to lap number 8.
Do also want to mention in the back, that's going to be Josh starting to finally catch up with the rest of the pack right in front of Alex. One of the cars is going to be Darth cutting the dog leg yet again, but he's not going to go too far. Not going to use that to his advantage. You want to cut that dog leg, you need to really go down. Otherwise, you are not going to have any speed coming into the next turn. It's like Firefox is still trying to hold his lead against both Kevin and Darth at the same time. Josh now looking on the inside to get by Fur, championship rival right there. Now cutting beneath the dog leg with Firefox. Potentially looking for a little bit of a draft support. Now as we head into turns 1 and 2, Firefox still leading, Darth on the outside.
Seeing Firefox using the bottom side a lot more than the top side. 2 laps ago when they used it, nearly lost the lead there to the 6 of Darth. But, you know, are we seeing this 29 experiment? I mean, we have a lot of laps left, and You know, drivers might try to take other lines to be able to make sure they're efficient later on in the race. Is that what we're seeing right now?
I mean, could be so. A lot of these drivers are getting very creative with their driving, as we said before, cutting underneath the dog leg, going high lane, doing whatever they need to do. It's going to be a four wide for these drivers, both inside, outside, trying to get some sort of movement going on both lanes here. It's going to be Josh now for the lead. I would also like to mention Firefox again has a huge lead for most laps led. They're going to try to hold on to that. That's going to be very useful for points.
Not just the outside walls, but it can also mess up people's runs. It's also the inside walls, and we saw that with Chumps entering into 3 and 4 there. Hit the inside pit wall, and it shot his car up the track, got him out of line, and he's now at the back. You saw Josh there leading for a little bit. Now it's going to be Kevin getting the lead, and they're going to lead this lap by. But you see, it's mainly only the 29 and 16 are going to the bottom side. I'd say the 6 and 98 are the ones that are switching between the two every time. But it's mainly been these two Chevys at the front. The 16 and 29 are going to try the best they can. They're still going to be side by side off of turns 1 and 2. A little bit of contact in the back with the 4 and the 6. But which Chevy will be out in front entering into turn 13, or lap 13, I should say.
So far, it looks like to be Josh on the inside, cutting that dog leg yet again. It is a little bit of decision for these drivers. Do you want to try to cut that dog leg and get that inside time, or go outside and get that speed? It's like Alex now making a little bit of collision with Firefox, going to like Fur, send them way down below the apron. Just try to get up in the front. It's Josh holding off Kevin, which is now going to get a run, and Firefox going down the inside of them as well.
Now, oh, I'll let you finish.
Josh now trying to defend against two cars at once. Now going to be 3 as Chump cuts the leg and tries to go on the inside, but fails as he does not have anywhere near enough speed to get by.
Now, you see this a lot in real life. You don't really see a lot of this in road stock wise. But do you think manufacturers is a big part of it? I mean, the 16 and 29 have been, it looks like, working together this entire race. But the 16, though, currently being the beneficiary of that, they are currently leading. I think that's another lead lap for their counter. But the 4 will now head down to the bottom of the track. The 29, a little bit of contact with the 40. Look at how big the run the 40 is. The 40 not necessarily clear for the lead yet, but they're going to be in the bottom lane for that position. They're going to probably be in the lead entering turns 3 and 4 here, if not for the 6 pushing them, and the 98 being pushed by Alex underneath the 6. We're having a new leader every corner, it seems.
It's a very big switch up from earlier in the race where Firefox led almost every lap. He was the most dominant car. However, now it's going to be a 5 wide for the lead. Outside and inside going to get supported by Josh and Firefox respectively. Some of these cars backing out from that position. 5 wide is very dangerous on some of these tracks, especially with all the chaos that can come with it. Some of these drivers, including Alex, know that very well. You do not want to be in that position if you are one of those.
And we've already seen a crash today from 2 wide. So imagine what 5 wide could do to someone's brain if they're racing out there. Might make them feel a little bit claustrophobic. As you see, first time it's going to be the green Chevy right there of Alex. He's currently at the front for the first time dealing with some lag issues. Mainly the entire race. The 16 goes up the track, and that's going to be a big mistake on the 16, as that puts the 40 of Dev just completely at the back. You see Kevin now going to the bottom. I think that's the first time we've seen him go down there all day.
Yeah, Kevin's now getting a little bit spicy, potentially just trying to get a little bit of a clear on Chumps for that lead. Trying to block some of these drivers out here. It's going to be another 4-car tandem up on the outside as well, but Fur manages to back out before it gets to that point. It's going to be Firefox yet again in the lead, a 4 wide right behind Alex in second place. 2 cars, it's going to be Fur and Josh cutting the dog leg, trying to get by, but that is not going to work. Do not have the speed. Again, like I said before, if you go that outside lane, you need to maintain above that dog leg to get that speed going.
You see how big the run of the 6 car there was? I'm surprised that didn't go out of line there like they are right now. To get the lead, here comes the 4 though. The 4 has that really good inside line since we're getting to 5 to go this time by. Only 1 car to the bottom there, that's the 98 of Chumps. But it's currently the 4 being pushed by the 29 on the outside line. Now, which point is too high on the racetrack? And that's it right there, because Kevin just hit the outside wall. That's going to allow the 6 to gain the lead on the bottom. And looks like it's going to be a 3-car train compared to a 2-car train, nearly with a wreck on the bottom lane as they couldn't get formed together properly. And that's how the 98 is going to be able to get past the 6 for the lead.
98 having a little bit of a better run coming up on the final few laps, just trying to get by. Maybe he sat back to try and get a little bit of a better inside moment for the final few laps. Not sure what he wants to do out here. Firefox, most led laps yet again at 7. Now all the way in the back, trying to get by as well. Now supporting Alex, who's supporting Fur. Trying to support Josh while they're at it. Who's in the front? Fur going to make that inside move, trying to get on by. That's going to work perfectly.
I think that if you're the leader, you're going to have to be worried about this 4-car. The amount of runs they have had on the bottom in 3 and 4 has been kind of concerning to me. I mean, they have gotten to the lead multiple times, got a couple cars making contact, 1 car in the wall in the back, that's the 29. But the 40, he won at Miami, and now trying to just get one more win that could probably help him win the championship here. Because, you know, Josh, he's currently sitting in P5 with heading into 2 to go.
And the front is going to be Fur yet again. A lot of drivers now getting riskier and riskier, cutting that dog leg, trying to get to the front. We see that increase more and more as the laps go on, especially coming to the final 2. Looks like these drivers just want that inside lane, want to get to that front and defend that position. Some of these drivers might want to go outside, get that speed for the run. Potentially on this final lap coming up, and the white flag is going to be Darth leading after a pretty good run off them. Back to Chameleon.
We got 4 cars on the back straightaway, or heading into the dogleg, heading into turns 1 and 2. The 4 trying to hold off. This is the car that I think will be the best car on the bottom today. The 4 trying not to put the 29 into the pit wall. Here comes the 40. It's going to be the 40 and 16 watching for that championship battle. It's the 4 and 29 for the win. The 29 going below the 4. Will he get the run off the corner? Yes, he will. Firefox wins at Phoenix in a photo finish.
Yet again, Firefox having an absolutely amazing run, and we also want to note that Josh, again, has his second fastest lap of the day.